the 18 WJTS News, I'm Prisma Lopez-Marin. Thank you for joining us. A late Sunday afternoon fire destroyed a garage and storage building at a home just east of Hayesville. Shortly after 5 p.m. yesterday, firefighters with the Hayesville Volunteer Fire Department were called to the Jordan Talbert property at 499 East State Road 56 to the report of a structured fire. When they arrived, firefighters found a 30 by 40 garage and storage building fully engulfed in flames. Hayesville Fire Chief John Furman says the blaze was discovered by a passerby. He says a doghouse in the structure caught fire, a fire that was caused by an electrical short from a heat lamp that was around the doghouse. The fire also reached a wooden area near the structure. No word on how much damage was sustained there, but firefighters were called back to the scene around 4 this morning after the fire had apparently rekindled. The building was insured. State Road 56 east of Hayesville was shut down while firefighters battled the blaze. 14 firefighters and 6 trucks were on the scene for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. They were assisted at the scene by Memorial Hospital, EMS, and the Dubois County Sheriff's Department. A Jasper man who was the driver of a pickup truck crashed that into a disabled vehicle turned himself in to Greene County authorities early Saturday morning after a warrant was issued for his arrest. The disabled vehicle had just been involved in a collision with a deer early last Sunday morning, resulting in the deaths of 3 members of a Newburgh family along Interstate 69 in Greene County. In a release of information, Indiana State Police say 19-year-old Mason Hartkey of Jasper is facing 3 counts of operating a vehicle while intoxicated with a blood alcohol level greater than 0.08%, causing death, and 3 counts of reckless homicide. All 6 charges filed by the Greene County Prosecutor's Office are level 5 felonies. Hartkey's bond is set at $60,000. Around 4 a.m. last Sunday, troopers with the Bloomington Post were dispatched to a car deer crash that had occurred on I-69 near the 103-mile marker. When the first trooper arrived, he observed a large amount of debris in the roadway as well as a passenger car and an inverted pickup truck near the earthing embankment on the west side of the interstate. An investigation of the crash by police found that a 2015 Honda Civic driven by 46-year-old David Reinhardt of Newburgh was traveling southbound on I-69 and had struck a deer, causing the Honda to pull onto the outside shoulder and come to a complete stop. Police say afterward, a 2006 Chevrolet Colorado pickup truck driven by Hartkey was traveling southbound on I-69, approaching Reinhardt's location when, for unknown reasons, Hartkey's truck left the southbound lanes of traffic and entered the outside shoulder, striking the parked Honda. The crash resulted in the deaths of David Reinhardt, along with his mother, 74-year-old Ruth Reinhardt, and his daughter, 17-year-old Sophie Reinhardt, all of Newburgh, from injuries sustained in this accident. Another passenger in David Reinhardt's car, 18-year-old Josie Reinhardt, also of Newburgh, suffered cuts and abrasions and was transported to IU Health Bloomington. Mason Hartkey was also taken to IU Health to be treated for a fractured arm. The Invasive Species Awareness Coalition of Dubois County hosted another successful volunteer workday Saturday morning. The invasive plant species at the Dubois County Park did not have a chance against the 13 hardy volunteers who showed up on the cold morning and put in over 45 hours, ridding the park of some of the invasives trying to take over the beautiful native woodland of the property. Although invasives such as bush honeysuckle, multifloral rose, burning bush, and white mulberry were found, by far the most abundant was autumn olive. Volunteers used hand tools and power equipment to cut down and treat over 100 autumn olive shrubs so that they will not continue to spread throughout the property. Autumn olive at one time was planted on purpose throughout Indiana and even encouraged as a wildlife food. It is now known to be more of a problem than a benefit, as it outcompetes and displaces native plants, taking native food sources away from the wildlife. Responsible landowners work on getting rid of the shrub from their properties, as even one plant can produce 200,000 seeds per year. More autumn olive remained on the Dubois County Park property in the form of small sprouts in the woods that were spread as seeds by birds as well as large shrubs in areas that Coalition did not get to on Saturday morning. They intend to host a future workday to continue improving the property, and all Du Bois County residents who appreciate our beautiful natural lands are invited to help out. Anyone interested in knowing how to easily get rid of invasive species on their own property can watch the 90-second video on the group's website, www.isacdc.org, and also learn how to identify several common invasive species. If you're interested in the group or future workdays, contact Group President Ron Rathbun at 812-678-5049 or ronr@purdue.edu. The group can also be found on Facebook. The Robotics Encounter event for area grade school students took place throughout the day on Saturday at the WJTS-CD Technology Building, hosted by Du Bois Purdue Extension. 4-H Youth Development Extension educator Jennifer Monarch and Purdue Extension personnel and volunteers were facilitating the experience for youth in grades 3 to 12 from Du Bois County. Monarch explains that the event was open to all youth, both non-4-H and 4-H alike, to promote interactions with technology and also promote robotic use. She stated that they received a grant through Purdue that funded the EV3 robots that were used that day, and through that they wanted to accomplish a robotics encounter. They also were trying to start a robotics club in 4-H within that program. Monarch elaborates on the importance of providing a technology experience for the youth in Du Bois County, as it can prepare them for future achievements and awareness of their surroundings.
Well, it's very important because we try to teach kids life skills they're going to need to know for the rest of their lives. And as many people know, this is really a technological age. So if we don't teach kids about technologies that are up and coming, then they're really going to be far behind. So we really just want to get kids excited about science, get kids excited about robotic technology, drone technology, things that we're really using a lot today. And believe it or not, they're using it a lot in agriculture, which is a huge part of 4-H. All this technology is being used in agriculture today. It's also being used in lots of other industry that is everywhere. In Du Bois County alone, lots of places use similar technologies, and we're just getting kids started to learn and get excited about these technologies and hopefully prepared for what they might want to do in the future.
Monarch provides an example of their activities using small drones and how that can be beneficial with agriculture currently and in the future. 12-year-old 7th grader in Forest Park, Dylan Wire, describes his experience using and being familiar with drone work.
I wanted to take an opportunity to video something with my drone because at that time I hadn't had any real opportunities to video things. So I volunteered to do it, and then once I showed them the video, they wanted me to do more. But the hard thing about that is they can't pay me for it, because unless you're 16 and take a test for drone work, you can't be paid for it.
Due to the fact that Wire is only 12 years old, he was accompanied by his father, Gary Wire, to supervise the use of his drone. Dylan Wire is 4th generation of the Wire farm and has had a wide range of experience in 4-H, with showing his horses, ceramics, crops, and other projects through his 4 years involved in this type of learning, and says he's learned a lot about work ethic. His interest in technology started with knowing of computer numerical control machines technology. Wire plans to go into oil and gas field and petroleum engineering to use drones to inspect rigs and use computers with the most advanced technology. To learn more on how your student or children can be part of the 4-H Robotics Club, contact Jennifer Monarch at 812-482-1782. Stay tuned. Weather and sports still to come on 18 WJTS News.